My feet are killing me. What a horrible weather we have today. Guess what? I found one of those ingredients I was looking for. Isn't that great? I wonder if my father would like one of those horned helmets for birthday present. No, probably not. His friends would laugh if we put it on. What was that? Now I'm gonna get you. I don't Hello. Who's that? I'm sure I've heard something. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have a present for you. It's something we often used at home when we wanted to talk and we were in a hurry. We call it the quick shut horn, and it's a bit complicated to explain what it does. Therefore, I've also written everything down for you. When you are in a hurry, there are things that you probably don't want to discuss with me. And as you know, I'm rather talkative. If you use the quick shut horn instead, you can decide in advance what we are supposed to talk about when you call for me. It is a bit complicated. That's why I've written all the technical things down for you. I suggest that you read that before you try to use the horn. Then you will learn about that you have to have the horn as a favorite item, and that you need to use what we call a hotkey for it. If you want to, we can decide right away what topics you want to discuss when you use the horn. Else you can talk to me later about travel together, and then we can discuss the horn further. Alright, talk to me about travel together and set up the quick shut horn. I think you will like this. So, where are we going now? What was that? I could have sworn I heard something right behind us. The important thing about adventuring is that anything you don't know can kill you. On the other hand, practically anything you do know will kill you too. Guess what? I found one of those ingredients I was looking for. Isn't that great? I was just thinking, would you be interested if I told you a little about myself? I told you of my grandmother and how she encouraged me to try to find my own path in life, rather than trying to live up to my parents' expectations. Already when I was a little girl, I preferred to dance and sing and tell stories, rather than helping my mother mixing herbs. On my 10th birthday, my grandmother gave me a flute, a very special flute made out of zero-deal dogwood. It was like a whole new world opened up for me, the world of music. As soon as I had 5 minutes on my own, I was playing the flute. It didn't take long before I made up my mind. I wanted to be a bard. Of course, my parents, and in particular my mother, were upset when I told them. You see, all the women in my family are alchemists, and everyone had taken for granted that I would follow the family tradition. However, my grandmother was on my side. She encouraged me to play, and she listened to my music, and she told me about the Bard College in Skyrim. But when I told my parents I wanted to go to Skyrim, they got furious. You see, they had completely different plans for me. Look, can we talk about this some other day, when we know each other a little better? Anytime. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? Anesia needs me to find a mushroom, a blood-dripping crown. It looks very similar to bleeding crown, but this one is very, very rare. I have been looking for it everywhere, but I can't seem to find one. However, Anesia mentions an alternate but dangerous way to get a sample. There is a necromancer's hideout called Boulderfall Cave, not far from Riften. Anesia writes that the necromancers in there have been collecting and cultivating the blood-dripping crowns for their experiments. Maybe we could find a sample there. I know it is dangerous, and I don't suggest we should go there at once, but maybe we could go there one of these days. I really need this ingredient. Anytime. Don't you think so? I don't like the look of this place. Oh, I really do hope we find a blood-dripping crown mushroom here. Finally, a blood-dripping crown. Bleh! It really looks blood-dripping. But hopefully it will be very useful for Anesia. Thank you so much. Shall we continue? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have now only one thing left that I need to collect before we can return to Anesia. Isn't that great? Yes, I'm so happy. Now we only need to find this last thing, though. It's a dragon bone. You don't happen to have one somewhere? I mean, else we will have to wait for a dragon to kill, won't we? You have? Oh, that is absolutely wonderful. Let's return to Anesia in the Eldergleam Sanctuary. I'm sure she will be very pleased with what we have collected. Anesia, guess what? We have found all the ingredients now.
All of them? That's good.
Here they are. Do you think you can do something to restore the content of that bottle now?
Yes, I think it should be possible. But it would take a little time, and I need to be alone while working on it.
I understand. Is there anything you'd like us to do?
Yes, there is. I have completed a list of ingredients for my friend Jelena. If you could bring it to her, this would be of great help for our research.
Oh, I'm sure we can do that.
Here, give this note to Jelena. I believe she could be in Windhelm by now.
But, I don't know what she looks like.
Your friend will recognize her. Give the note to your friend, and then the two of you can go to Windhelm together.
I will do so. Oh, Anesia, this is so exciting, and I'm so grateful for your help.
I am happy to help whenever I can. That is what I'm here for. Yes?
I have promised Anesia that we will run with an errand for her while she restores the content of my bottle. Here, take this ingredients list. It is for Jelena, the pilgrim you met earlier on. It's better that you have it, as you can recognize her. Anesia told me that she is likely to be in Windhelm. We should go there and find her. And once we return here, maybe, hopefully, Anesia has been able to restore the content of my mysterious bottle. Oh, it's so exciting. Don't you think so too?